back to our channel. I'm Lewis.
I'm Jay.
And we are Lewis and Jay. And for today's video, we're going to be talking about tips on moving to Los Angeles. For those who don't know, we moved to Los Angeles about 6 months ago from Orlando, Florida. Yeah. We were in Orlando, Florida for about 6 years. And it grew on us and it became home. And
a lot of you guys asked us, how's LA? How's it going out here? So it's a perfect video.
Yeah, do we have any tips? Things like that. We're not experts. Like I said, we've only been here for 6 months. But we just want to share some tips that we've learned. So let's get into it.
Let's do it.
So the very first tip is
research the cost of living. So as you know, LA is like fucking expensive. It's not as expensive as those, like everyone said it would be, to be honest. Like, when we first moved to here, it was like, oh, why LA is expensive as fuck. But honestly, bro, it's not that expensive. Like, I think living here, we got accustomed to it. Yeah. But just do your research. Everywhere is higher than, how you say it?
Other parts are higher than others.
Exactly.
So just depending on your area of interest. So for example, we currently live in the city of Santa Monica. And don't move to Santa Monica.
Don't.
Anyways, Santa Monica is one of the most expensive cities to live in Los Angeles. If anything, it's on the higher end of the most expensive cities. Yeah. As opposed to like downtown LA or Culver City. Culver City is actually really nice. It's like a nestled neighborhood type city. It's up and coming.
And it's pretty quiet over there.
And it's really quiet. So like depending on like what we said, the areas, like for example, Culver City. If you were to get a studio in Culver City, you'll probably be paying upwards of like maybe $1,400, $1,500, depending on where you're looking. Whereas if you move to Santa Monica,
you're paying $5 grand for a little ass box.
You're paying
fuck out of here.
You're basically paying for the name of the city you live in.
Literally.
You're paying for Santa Monica to be on your license because Santa Monica is extremely expensive and honestly it's not worth it.
It's not.
So look elsewhere, I should say. If you really want to live in Santa Monica and your heart is set on Santa Monica, get roommates.
And I feel bad though because like Santa Monica is pretty nice, but it's just like
Santa Monica's beautiful.
The community is just whack, and it's like I feel bad to say it's just like I don't know, but
it's not worth $5 grand a month. No. Honestly, it's really not.
It's just so much shit going on around here, and
we'll not get in.
Let's not do that.
All right. So the second tip is if you're not coming with a car, make sure there's public transportation near you. Don't work paycheck to paycheck just to pay a car note. Getting an apartment is more important. The reason we say that is because when we got out here, we came with a car. We came with a car only because in Orlando you need a car. You have to drive everywhere.
So we drove here with his cousin and his uncle.
Yeah, we drove here and it took us about 38 hours.
We got here faster than we like
thought. Than when we thought we would. But that's beside the point. If you're coming with a car, perfect. I mean, if it's paid off, I mean, it's your car. If you're paying on a car and you're trying to save for an apartment, that is kind of tricky because it's hard to save for an apartment when it's hella expensive to live here. Yeah. Which is one of the reasons why unfortunately we had to get rid of our car, was because it was just too much to keep up with the car payment and insurance and then saving. It wasn't ideal, and coming to a new city, you want to make sure that you have the most money you can save just in case like of a rainy day. And like I say, having an apartment is way more important than having a car because
bitch, you need somewhere to live.
You need somewhere to live. And yeah, I mean, as long as you live near a train station, there are trains and there are buses that run in the Los Angeles area.
I say get a car once you're like settled in and
wait till you're about like, a couple months in and you have some savings, then jump into a car. But for right now, I would say at least be within walking distance of public transportation. It makes it a lot easier. It's not the best to take, but then again, where is it best to take public transportation?
But like for example, like we live in Santa Monica, everything's like walking distance, so we walk to supermarkets very close, so there's not really a need to need a car. There isn't. As we like travel out here and there, but we can always rent one. Yeah,
you could. That's another thing. You could always rent a car, or if you like you hang with friends and you make friends, if they have cars, they can pick you up, throw some money for gas. If not, Uber, like Uber, Lyft, will get you around. It's way cheaper than actually paying on a car note. But like we said, this is just our own tips.
From our experience.
So I would say having a car is not necessary, depending on the city that you live in, I should say. Santa Monica, you don't need it.
The people in LA will tell you need a car. I can tell you
everyone will say you need a car. You need a car. But if you work in the city that you live in, you don't need a car. As long as it's like within, a specific circumference or diameter, or as long as you can walk there, you're fine.
Pythagorean theorem.
Shut up. All right, so the next one is
get a job, ho. You need one.
So get a job, even if it's a part-time job. If you're moving to a new city, obviously you want to make sure you secure a job.
Literally.
Part-time retail worker, waitress, waiter, walking dogs. Literally anything to show that you've been working for.
And put your pride aside. I think that was like my biggest thing.
The biggest thing is, yeah, you're not gonna come and jump into your dream job.
Literally no.
So say, for example, you are a store manager and you know you're making so much money in the city that you came from, and then you come here and there's no openings. Listen, don't feel embarrassed to take a step down and go to an assistant, go to a supervisor,
and
go to an associate.
Don't let that discourage you.
No, definitely
not. It's a job for now. It's just you know, secure your bag and just find something else in the meantime. But you need a job when you
need to get your foot in the door because you need to get a job and at least wait 1 or 2 months. Yeah. Get acclimated and then start applying. When you're here, it's so much easier to start applying to jobs because you're here. Like you can go to these jobs.
And one thing about LA that I noticed, everywhere is hiring because niggas out here don't want to work. To be honest,
that's a whole nother video.
It's just crazy.
The work ethic on the West Coast is ridiculous.
Crazy, like East Coast niggas hustle out here. They
everyone's laid back and they think everything is handed to them and no. But you know what?
No shade to nobody because
that's all shade. All no one wants to do shit. If you meet anybody and they hustle and bustle, you can tell they're not from the West Coast.
Literally, you cannot tell.
But anyways, that's for a different video. But yeah, just get a job, whatever it is. Just start collecting those pay stubs because you're gonna need that also to get an apartment.
Really.
Next would be, oh, you know what? As a matter of fact, before I even jump in, getting an apartment. Now, a lot of people may question, how are you supposed to get an apartment if you don't have a job, if you don't have pay stubs? Do what we did. We did Airbnb.
Yeah.
So Airbnb is the easiest thing to do when you're moving to a new city, and the reason I say that is because you have no down payment, you have no deposit, no security deposit, no first, no last, no nothing.
Background checks.
No background checks. So if you're a murderer,
you know,
no,
they got you.
But get an Airbnb in a city where you feel like you want to live, right. And you go from there. Make sure the Airbnb is, like I said, close to public transit because it's gonna kill you to pay Uber every single time.
And just test it out, like. And yeah, that's a good way to test the area you want to live in.
Test it out.
We had an Airbnb in Venice for like 4 days.
Yeah, we felt out the area. Venice was nice.
Dope. Yeah, which is why we wanted to move to Santa Monica because it's like close to each other. And then we had an Airbnb in Culver City, which is like more quiet. So for like what?
Which was really nice. Yeah, we were in Culver City for about 3 months. We got acclimated to the area. It's really family oriented. There's a lot of minorities, but I love it.
And the biggest thing about staying at an Airbnb, you can save money.
Yes, you save money. A lot of people will say, "Oh my God, that's a lot for an Airbnb," but you got to think about it. It's for a month.
Yeah.
A lot of these Airbnbs do long-term hosting, and they do it for people who are moving to new cities. So do that. It's easier to save money. You pay 1 month, and you're literally paying for all your utilities. You're paying for internet, Wi-Fi, cable, electric, water, everything all in one. So it makes it worth the while.
So the only bill you got is your phone.
Is your phone bill and a car if you have a car. But anyways, getting to the next one. Look up cost efficient. Oh, that's actually the next one. Cost efficient Airbnbs. So we'll skip that. Don't let others influence your decision to move here. An example, it's too expensive. You won't like it. There's earthquakes. Tell them to kiss your ass and fuck off.
That's like the biggest one.
I felt like since we moved from Orlando, we had nonstop bicker from people who would say it's too expensive.
That's the
don't go
shit.
there.
It's too expensive.
You know what? Are you gonna pay my bills? Are you gonna like run me my check for my rent? Because if not, shut the fuck up.
Do you know how much money I got in my pocket, my savings? I don't got shit, but I ain't gonna listen to you anyways.
Basically, so don't let anybody deter you from coming to Los Angeles or any city that you want to travel to. Do what you want to do. It's your life at the end of the day. Life's too short.
Do it.
And then last but not least, once you secure an apartment, get to working on the reason you moved out here. Don't get caught up. And I say that because you start coming here and then you get caught up in working and then you get caught up in paycheck to paycheck and saving and not doing anything, not enjoying your life, going to work, coming home, go to work, coming home. If you moved out to Los Angeles to do something, do it. Like, do not wait. Do it.
And it's just about anywhere, not just LA.
No, in general. Say if you want to move to Portland to be a doctor, be a doctor. Like, you need to, you know, don't throw away the reason why you moved, you know, your whole life from one city to another.
Basically starting new, like.
You're literally starting new.
That's like the biggest thing with us. We're not afraid to like get up and bounce.
I feel like we're gypsies. We love change.
we went from New York to Tampa, back to New York to Orlando, back to whatever, here now. So it's like we've been.
At the end of the day, you're like, I don't know, you tomorrow's never promised. So
Literally.
just live each day as if it were your last. And if you know Los Angeles where you want to be, then get up and go.
Do it.
There
Honestly,
is no perfect
there's
time.
There's a lot of shit to do out here. I'm not gonna.
No, there is a lot. There's a huge. That's one thing I would give to LA and the West Coast is there's a large population of creative people. There are a lot of creators in Los Angeles, and I can say that a lot of them are talented. Like there's so much talent in LA. Not to like shit on like New York and Orlando and all those other places, but Los Angeles, you can really see that there are people who are fighting to be creators because, and a lot of them are talented and they come here. So if you know you're one of them and you're wanting to create or do, you know, surfing, whatever you want to do, move to a city that's going to give you those options and give you, what is it, the motivation to continue going. But yeah, those are just a few tips that we have to share with you about moving to LA, moving to a different city that's new to you. Just, you know, do your research. Do your research. Don't let anybody tell you have to have money saved because that's bull. I mean, obviously you don't want to come out here with $1.
And honestly, guys, moving to a whole other city, especially like going from east to west, can get like a little discouraging. So just keep pushing. You know, there's several times where we like spoke about moving back to Orlando or whatever, but
just
you know,
giving up.
Yeah, give it time.
Give it time.
We should take our own advice, but give it time.
Give it time and just, you know, like we said, remember the real reason that you moved. Like use that as your fuel and your fire to keep you pushing. That's all we gotta say.
Do it.
But until next time, if you wouldn't mind, give this video a big thumbs up, share it, subscribe, and don't forget to turn on your post notifications so you will be notified when we post another video. Anyways, you guys are awesome. Have an amazing day. Follow your dream and don't give up. Later.